Seltzer, Heineken Hard Seltzer, just 100 calories. Gluten-free, no added sugar. It's real vodka, real juice for real fans just like us. Hashtag Nooners. The Sweet 16 is complete, and there are 8 teams remaining in the NCAA tournament. And the biggest storyline tonight, and it continues to be the biggest storyline of the tournament.
Buckets, the real Dougie Buckets.
The first 15 seed to ever make the Elite Eight, the St. Peter's Peacocks. 5.8 miles from here to the Jersey City campus. Beautiful and they are 40 minutes away from going to the Final Four.
They don't have rust on the stairs. It's a beautiful campus. Palm trees everywhere. It's fucking sick. I mean, this Big Ten's a joke. That's what it is. They're a joke. Yeah, every year. Like, every
years without a title.
I don't care. All right, we got to talk about this because everyone's like, well, the Big Ten's so good. They beat up on each other. They're obviously a good conference, but they're choke artists, they're jokes, they have no teams left. The ACC's got 3. Like, we say a bunch of shit all the time. Every year, these teams are getting so much hype, but they can't deliver for shit. There's no
we
more
did promise ourselves in, like, July, don't get in on the Big Ten.
And I didn't. I really didn't.
I didn't really overinvest in the Big Ten as well.
Purdue, everyone's like, oh, Purdue's always a sexy team to take, and then they lost to a 15 seed. Joke.
Bigger panic long term now. It's not really, because Few is probably good. But, like, Painter and Few are right there as far as, like...
Gonzaga has a lot easier.
Gonzaga wins tournament games.
Yeah. Just saying. Yeah. Like, Painter and Few now are like, man, am I ever going to fucking get
And they both had golden opportunities.
Yep.
Well, like, so we said before, we're like, we'd much rather Kentucky, Purdue, right? Now that St. Peter's won, I'm all like, this is awesome. And it's like, dude, the fact that that's it. I just can't believe they're one win away from the Final Four.
I can't believe it's 15 versus 8.
Yeah.
Carolina, all they were doing was getting shit on. They got 1 quad win. Before the Duke game, Carolina looks like shit.
Dude, their watch party was on like it's on the wall.
So Run Baby Run Arena is their arena, obviously, at Jersey City. We're gonna try to go Sunday. We're trying to work out the details.
I DM'd the baseball coach. He says I'm gonna work. He's like, I'm not here. We got a games, but I'm gonna work my magic. I'm like, is it that hard for us to get in the gym?
No, I was looking up.
Sunday.
There's like an application process and everything.
What? To watch the game?
Because I think it's for like first dibs as students, alumni, faculty, and then they feel out how many. I don't know how many the arena sits. It's not many.
25.
But that's the thing, like, everyone's going to want to go. This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. But, look, St. Peter's, they were in control of that game at the end, and they made their free throws, which is very impressive for a mid-major team to do.
I said it. It looks like they've been in the tournament every year. Also,
19 of 21 from the line.
I also don't think
how many free throws did Purdue take?
15.
That's the most impressive.
Well, they shoot 40 last week?
What did we say? Purdue should have the same game plan. Shot 46 from Texas against Texas and couldn't fucking get a third of those against fucking St. Peter's.
Right. So I thought they were going to have no chance, not because of Edie, not because of Williams, because of Jaden Ivey, and he did not show up.
The bus.
He didn't show up, which is tough. But I don't think St. Peter's. I honestly don't think they even played that well.
No, they weren't too. It was more of Purdue playing bad.
Well,
St. Peter's being good.
Yeah, I mean, St. Peter's didn't get flustered. Matter. Like he said, they're tough guys. They did run their stuff. They weren't frazzled. Like, it seemed like they had to play for everything. They play hard. They obviously love the guy. I mean, this is an unbelievable story. It really is.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. Hey, the balcony bed. Go party with the cocks on the balcony bed, right?
Yes.
Dead silence after that.
No, Jersey City's right.
Look at that fucking place. It's not.
No,
so we said it right before we left too. Like, we're in now 2 dream scenarios. One for CBS and like the viewers, and another like kind of nightmare situation in terms of names. Right. The dream scenario is obviously Duke, Carolina, first tournament meeting in Krzyzewski's last game revenge. Villanova, Kansas, even Houston, Kansas, you could sell me on still being
sure
4 out of right. So Kelvin Sampson, like that's you can't really lose with Villanova, Houston. The worst case scenario in terms of viewing is St. Peter's, Arkansas, Houston, Miami.
That would be the worst Final Four of all time.
But like
But for all of that to
In
happen,
terms of casual fans, but it's also like
Peters because it's a
it's
story.
Just like you tell me who's the better of those teams. Like everybody's there. Like Houston would be an overwhelming favorite, but Miami could give them problems.
Sure.
I mean, honestly, like St. Peter's. Who would it be? St. Peter's,
Arkansas.
Like
Musk could win the whole thing if that's the Final Four, though.
But they match up all right.
What a horrible game.
But
it's a cool storyline. I understand. But it's just
St. Peter's,
if you have that in your head,
like what is this?
like imagine like everyone's like, holy shit, we got Duke UNC. Then no we don't. It's the fucking St. Peter's Peacocks against the Razorbacks.
Yeah. But hey, we love Muss. All right, so yeah, St. Peter's, Purdue, obviously.
CBS, they're in the ref room, right?
I think it's on It's on TBS this year, I think.
You know what's going on.
But yeah, St. Peter's, Purdue, obviously the storyline of the night. Purdue, big missed opportunity. St. Peter's, a historic once-in-a-lifetime run. We can go to the other game in that region. North Carolina 73, UCLA 66. Caleb Love closed that game. 30 points. What do you have, 25 or 27 of them in the second half?
There was a stretch in the second half where they were just going shot for shot for shot, back and forth. UCLA, we said, I didn't think they were as good or I thought they were overrated coming into last year, like you agree? Are you still going to call them a fraud, or do you think they're a very good team?
They're a good team. When I say fraud, is that everyone's like, they're going back to the Final Four. I said, no way.
I agree.
Because everyone was back.
I mean, that was a Final Four game as well.
Real quick, before we go talk about UNC, the media asked Doug Edert a question. He's like, hey, like, how is having, like, your Kobe moment going onto the table, the scores table? And he kind of went like this. And the coach goes, "You went on the table?" Like, he's like, well, I mean, I got excited, coach. And then Doug's like, next question.
He got in trouble.
Yeah.
Also, awesome. That CBS postgame interview was awesome. That was a some things moment.
Yeah, without doubt. They love the guy.
Awesome.
I know now you could say, of course, they love the guy. They're in the Elite Eight. I really think they love the guy. I mean, listen, they play hard. Obviously, like, they play hard. They were. What did they finish in the MAC? Third, fourth?
They were the 2 seed.
They were the 2? Okay.
Going back to UNC, that was the best game of the night. I think just trading baskets, it was very fun to watch. I'll be honest, I'm getting my one Duke talk for a second. That's exact. If I had to pick the teams to win, I wanted St. Peter's and UNC to win today. Honestly.
I think Duke losing to either of those teams in the Final Four would be hilarious.
Duke
for different ways.
But yeah, those two 100%. But if I had to choose UCLA and Purdue to lose today, yeah, I wanted both of them to lose.
Yeah.
You're even setting yourself up for that, like, epic embarrassment or
yes, because I know what UNC is, and I know, like, they do too, and St. Peter's is like, okay, like, whatever.
Also, it would be very good motivation for Duke. After ruining the farewell tour.
Yeah, like getting the redemption.
Revenge.
Like, you guys all know this is lining up for Duke to win the championship.
There's also another conspiracy. Who did Krzyzewski win his first title against?
Was it Kelvin Sampson?
Kansas.
Oh.
Like, they're rewriting history here. It's just
it's possible. But no, UCLA. I don't think it's a.
What a fucking ring!
Oh yeah, Scott Drew wearing his ring.
Oh
UCLA. Look, they obviously brought everyone back. They had Final Four aspirations. Another second weekend for them. I wouldn't call it a failure for them.
I don't like how easy.
I thought it was just like
UCLA.
Yeah, it's like a fine season.
But it's a failure because everyone was back. They're talking about it. But now, let me pose a question. Do you think that Roy is a little upset? He's at the game.
I saw that on Twitter a little bit. He's excited.
I mean, we were saying
the thing is, excited. He's got to be a little upset.
I would say.
I gotta apologize.
He won though. So if he didn't have one, maybe.
No. I know he won, but the year after you retire, you as a person, you always, and I know you have this in you. When you retire, you're like, kind of a little bit want them to be kind of shitty.
You think Rico wanted our ratings to go down when he was out?
Yes. You're right. Like, we kind of miss Rico. Like, I've been doing that as a joke.
As a coach, a little bit.
When you leave something, you're like, you want that to be like, man, I hope I made that much of a difference.
Well, he's got a little bit of a caveat that he can start spinning the story of, hey, it's my players. Let's see what he does. I don't think he's going to sandbag Hubert, and I don't think Hubert is the guy. which I like. Probably I could be wrong. It is his year. He's having a great year, but it is Roy's players. So you could spin it that way. Like, go see yourself win without my guys.
Yeah, but still, it's like he's also in the stands watching and being like, eh.
UNC, by the way,
Right.
they only played 7 guys tonight. One of them was 5 minutes. The 5 stars and Puff Johnson.
Buffy.
Great Jay.
But no, Baycott, I mean, all of them. They really all show up. Brady Manick shot 10 threes, but he's a guy that you're down 3, you feel confident with him putting a ball in the air.
Yeah, he's an unbelievable shooter.
So, obviously,
Oh, Jesus.
and 6 threes, Sister G.
Announcing
a funny
on the
tweet.
show, announcing she is entering the transfer portal, plans on enrolling at St. Peter's.
So previewing those 2 games on Sunday. So UNC St. Peter's. What do you guys think? You think St. Peter's can pull off? I mean,
Yeah,
I would
it's
say
going-
the impossible, but it's not the impossible anymore.
Now it's like they're just a normal regular team in the tournament where it's like it's not even an upset anymore. It's like St. Peter's is a good team.
And like people are gonna be stupid. UNC could win by like 15 because St. Peter's is, I don't want to say due, but like it makes sense that at some point in the tournament somebody just gets their number.
Yeah.
You run out of gas, right? So like people are like, oh, of course it makes sense. You know, Carolina runs them out of the building like fraud. Like
Let me tell you, if Duke wins tomorrow, there's like all fucking everything's against them. Storylines. They're obviously it's UNC. They shouldn't lose.
It's
to
UNC
them.
or St. Peter's.
Like you're gonna tell me that the world, like God is willing this to happen.
yeah, but no matter what, St. Peter's lose by 50 tomorrow. It's one of the most impressive. Like this
Oh,
thing's
ever.
really nothing.
No, they
obviously.
won the tournament. Right? I told
Yeah.
you. There's 2 teams we talked
We,
about.
we talked to Oswaldo, the student who showed us around. He said he wasn't going to the pep rally. He's like, we already. this is
Yeah,
what we
I
wanted.
do just hope
Never
they're.
happened.
I hope
Yeah.
that there's no blowout start to finish, and you get to see St. Peter's fight again once more. Like even if they lose close, which would be heartbreaking. Like it's actually I'd rather lose by 50 than lose by 2.
You
tomorrow.
also,
I'll be honest,
guys. You
because
also
then it comes
know
down to one possession.
If
But
we go to the watch party, they get blown out.
smashed.
Because the
Bench
whole-
mob
and-
curse.
Yeah, then they'll just the whole storyline be we just killed St. Peter's.
Right.
Of course.
Well, of course, you know that's gonna
Of course,
happen.
of
You're like, oh,
course.
you didn't stream the game. You went to a shitty game, shitty fucking thing. That's just all luck.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But yeah, that's the East region.
Love
So
was fucking unconscious.
North Carolina and St. Peter's. St. Peter's with the home court in that one. 1 hour bus ride. Jersey City to Philly. Why not?
It's true.
Anyone
It's
with
true.
any affiliation,
matters.
I feel like you just have to take the bus ride down.
Oh yeah, I mean,
This is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
shout out Stanford Steve who said today that hey, it is an hour ride. Everyone, the mother's going to be on first half Purdue.
Hammer,
And,
hammer.
yeah, and
They
Stanford-
fucking had. They
Stanford
had
Steve
the
did
opportunity
say,
to cover.
don't take it. It's going to be tough. So
Yeah.
They had the opportunity. To
So North Carolina, St. Peter's, winner goes to the Final Four, which is an insane sentence, but that is reality.
should never come
That
out
is
of your
March.
mouth. Ever coming out. Well, let's talk. That region was Baylor, Kentucky, Purdue,
UCLA.
UCLA, and we got St. Peter's, UNT.
Texas is a 6. Who was the 5?
Texas, I forgot about
Who was the
Texas.
6?
The 5 was. Who was the 5? I should know by now. It's embarrassing on my end.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
UCLA was a 4. They beat who they beat in the second round.
Well, they beat Akron. St. Mary's. St. Mary's,
Oh,
Indiana.
so St.
St. Mary's,
Mary's.
Indiana. I got it without looking. Didn't cheat. Yeah, so that's that region, and we'll move over to the Midwest. But before we do, I want to talk to you about Mountain Dew. Baylor, Iowa State, and Arkansas. Be on the lookout for Mountain Dew on your campus in the coming weeks. This March, Mountain Dew signed a new roster of athletes, ballers with personalities as bold as their flavors and the ability to ignite a stadium full of fans in an instant. The unsung heroes of the Mountain Dew Spark Squad were given a special mission this March. If they can score in a game where their team wins, Mountain Dew would dump a truckload of free Mountain Dew on campus for Hoops fans to enjoy. The Mountain Dew Spark Squad features fan favorite players Carter Booth of Iowa State, Avery Hughes of Arkansas, and Andrea Katramatos of Baylor. Unfortunately, despite some heroic efforts, our Spark Squad member teams have been eliminated from competition this March. Even though our players didn't score during a team win, Mountain Dew still wants to honor these awesome athletes. So, Baylor, Iowa State, and Arkansas. Be on the lookout for Mountain Dew on your campus in the coming weeks. Baylor, Iowa State, and Arkansas. Be on the lookout for Mountain Dew on your campus in the coming weeks. All right, moving on over to the Midwest region in Chicago. The opening game on the early side. Unfortunately, what?
I wasn't laughing at
Unfortunately, it was
It's been a long 2 days of basketball.
not meant to be for our friend Ed Cooley. What a run. Big East champions. Sweet 16. No one thought they'd be here. The run ends against Kansas.
Yeah, weird. Safe to say, weirdest game of the night. In
Yeah,
terms of like,
because-
Providence was at one point, I think, 5 of 40 from the field.
To
It
be
felt
honest,
like
Providence,
spotted Kansas a
the
big
way
lead.
Providence played that game is exactly how they wanted to go. They just didn't. They
They
just
couldn't
didn't
make the
connect
shots,
on
and
the
they were
three.
still right there.
Because they could have definitely
Took
beat
a
Kansas
lead
in that
late.
game.
Kansas had to kind of like
They
pull
were
it
down
out.
2, I think. Yeah, they
Yeah.
could have definitely beat them, but they just didn't hit the shots.
Yeah, they didn't. What do they have? They had 17 at the half, and they were only down single digits. And you're like, all right,
Right,
they're
that was the
fortunate,
thing.
but
So,
the
That
offense.
that game was literally just that Kansas more talented. That was it. It was they both didn't really play that well, and the talent out.
Kansas went 2 of 14 from 3 and still won by 5.
Exactly.
Providence went 4 of 23. Yeah, I mean that's all it really came down to. The Providence, not luck. I mean, obviously that's a debate, but they had a great season, and it was just not meant to be tonight. They needed to play near perfect basketball to beat Kansas. They hung around for a little bit. I think they cut it to like 2 at some point.
Yeah, they cut it down to
Providence led by 1 with 5.5 to go, but these elite teams close.
Yeah,
they do.
1000%. It was-
Duke's done a good job of that this tournament too, but Kansas the same thing here.
Yeah.
it's Miami. Kansas is an interesting game to me because Miami starts getting out and running, making shots. They got playmakers. Kansas, and listen, nope. You start looking at the bracket, 8-15. Duke's still there, obviously. 4-2.
5-2 and
5-2. Like,
110.
you're the only one left. Kansas, that's a lot of pressure on Kid. Plus, Bill Self, we talked about it. Like, who needs the title the most? Bill Self needs another title
Coach K to close out.
No, legacy-wise?
Not
He doesn't
legacy
mean
wise.
anything.
No, not
He
legacy
could
wise.
lose 2 titles. and
If
still
he
be
wins
fine.
this though, best legacy of all time.
Granted, it's a different, 2 different conversations.
No, I know.
Who needs one? Self needs one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Kansas though, Remy Martin. We saw it in the conference tournament. We saw it in the opening weekend. You've said ring chasing, like he's just flipped the switch these last few
yeah,
weeks.
it's a bad word to say because like he didn't get traded, obviously he transferred, but
He traded himself.
he traded himself, fair. But let's put it this way, ring motivated, if that makes sense. Like he's devoted himself. He's not taking all the shots like he was at Arizona State. He was a black hole. He's playing. He's the best player. He gets rebounds, involves the offense, does what they need to do. Like he's the best player on the
The
floor.
3 games for Kansas and Remy Martin this tournament against Texas Southern. 15 points at the time, it tied a career high. Against Creighton, 20 points, new career high. Or excuse me, season high. And then 23 against Providence, a new season high.
That's a little interesting that his season high was only 15.
He had 15, 1,
Yeah,
2.
yeah.
He had it
Yeah.
4 times. He had 15 4 times
And
this
if the
year.
fucking scumbag hit his free throws, he would have covered and he would have
Yeah.
got a bigger high.
8 of 13 from the line, cost him the cover.
Yeah. Late in the game, he didn't hit his free throws, which is a little scary.
Yeah, so Remy Martin, I mean, this is the guy. I remember we had the episode when he committed. We said new favorites maybe to win it all. Best transfer portal prize. And this is finally paying off. Better late than never.
Do you know who the favorite to win it all is right now?
Houston.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Wild.
I
don't disagree with it, but to me,
It is.
to have Duke and Kansas still there, and Nova, and you move Houston above all those teams, it's amazing that the market moved like that.
I literally think Houston is too much of a fan favorite now, where it's going to be like they're going to get clipped.
I still like
Nova
Villanova in
style
that game.
matches.
I do too.
The
Like, it's
style
Villanova
matches
in
up, it's going to be a rock fight.
I like Villanova.
They'll be fine.
That's
Yeah.
the first game I
Rock
like
fight.
Villanova.
One more
So
thing
it's
on this Kansas Providence game. Where do the Friars go from here? 5 senior starters. Cooley, obviously,
Back to
we
fighting
love.
they'll be fighting in the Big East.
Yeah.
There are a lot of programs like
Yeah,
that.
they'll
Xavier
be fine.
fights, Marquette fights. Like, who's a real power in the Big East? It's
Villanova.
really only Villanova.
Yeah,
It's true.
I mean,
There's no other,
consistent
like-
tournament teams. I think. I mean, UConn hasn't shown it in the tournament, but I feel like Hurley has them as a consistent team.
Right. Well, they just got back in the Big East, so I'll be honest. I even
Right.
forgot for a second they were there. So,
Yeah,
But,
Seton Hall's a new era. We don't know what they're gonna do.
I'm telling you right now.
I mean, I
this
think
guy
Marquette. I
Holloway
think
should
Shaka
demand-
can
every
get
day
them
should demand more.
be a consistent tournament team.
Yeah, but everybody fights in the beginning. Those guys are all interchangeable.
Right.
St. John, Xavier, Marquette, Butler, Creighton, they're all interchangeable.
Yeah.
Providence.
And then the last game of the night, number 10 Miami takes down number 11 Iowa State, 70-56. Shout out Big Cat, game of the year
Shout out
winner,
to the
redemption.
King.
Hank also, humongous bet, gets the job done. Canes are in their first ever Elite Eight. Jim Larinaga, friend of the program,
Yeah.
one went
Oh
away.
yeah, so Miami played great. Iowa State just literally doesn't know how to score. Awful offense. Let me tell you guys something. You guys keep talking about defense and efficiency. Offense wins basketball games, it seems like. All these teams with like obviously Houston's the one team left that has that suffocating defense, with Texas Tech out bounce against a better offense.
Arkansas's defense was very respectable.
Yeah, but like when
I
you
don't
think
know
of-
Carolina's off the top of my head, I'll be honest, but
when
I
you
don't think
of
it's like
defensive
horrific.
teams.
All right, so Marty has a point here.
St.
So
Peter's is a defensive team.
6 of the 8 teams left have a top 20 offense, and only 5 of the top 25 have a top 5 defense.
What do you
So,
mean 5 of the top 25?
So, yeah.
so 5 of the 8 are in top 25 for defense.
Okay, and how many on offense?
6 of the top 20.
Okay, 5 still top 25 defense.
Yeah, but my
Yeah.
stats check out.
And Houston is the only one in both. Villanova just cracks it. 9
Yeah,
offense,
Houston's
25
elite.
defense.
Houston is
I'm just saying though, where it's like when these teams better offenses beat, like Iowa State has a good defense.
Right.
They
But,
can't score.
Miami and
Right.
Miami has that. Well, Houston has both, and that's why they're fucking really scary. Where Duke doesn't have it. UNC does not have the defense really. Like,
Yeah, but Purdue was like a top 10 offense in their defense, but their defense was so bad.
yeah.
So I guess I agree with your point. I think you can't be like horrific on defense, but Duke's proven that point incorrect.
Cam Augusti, 27 points. Wardenberg had 13. He can shoot the 3 ball too. I mean, I don't know. I think at this point, seeds are irrelevant. Obviously, there's a favorite and an underdog, but nothing is.
I agree. Seeds are irrelevant.
The only thing left that is truly surprising for me is St. Peter's winning the whole thing.
Yeah. If St. Peter's
I think
wins
any other outcome, maybe Miami winning it all too.
If St. Peter's wins the whole thing, college basketball, they can't. They cannot win the whole thing. They can't.
Greatest sports story ever, it would be.
Ever in the world. Sports would have to almost stop. You can't top that. In anything. You cannot top that.
Those are the
story.
only. Even Miami winning it all would still be stunning, but in terms of the
It's
brand,
Miami, you know?
Yeah.
Where it's like if St. Peter's wins, you cannot top any sports moment in the world.
They talked about Iron Gate. Said Dougie. He said who would be him in the movie?
Edder?
Norman Rock. What did he say? Sam Rockwell. Thank you for that whisper. That wasn't that whisper. Perfect.
Those Stanko are
Sanko, you know.
producer,
that?
yeah.
What?
Who the fuck's that?
I don't really know who he is, but he was talking about the movie. My question is, who would play Holloway in the movie?
Fucking, what's his name? Coach Carter.
The guy from One Tree Hill?
No, Coach Carter's fucking, Samuel Jackson.
He's too old. The guy's a young guy.
They bald.
Michael B. Jordan's a
Yeah.
good. Michael B. Jordan's a
Michael
good
B. Jordan
He
guess.
should look like him. I think the kid from One Tree
Samuel
Hill who was in
Jackson's
Coach
bald.
Carter, the point guard, the bald point guard.
That's a good one too, yeah.
You said Shaheen Holloway graduated in 2000. So at max, he's
Dude, it's
44 years
bald.
old. You're going to say Samuel L. Jackson? How old is
He's-
Samuel L. Jackson? 75?
He's bald and he already.
He's not
did the
75,
coaches.
is
Yeah,
he?
He's like 58.
Yeah.
You think Samuel L. Jackson?
Yo, he's 73?
Yeah. Fucking
I
idiot.
didn't know
He's 73. Take fucking notes.
I did
One
not
time
know
said-
that.
I said Scott Drew
Well,
with
you
Baylor
won one,
with
you
the
got
murder.
one thing
No,
right.
Scott Drew with the murder. And you were like, you can't say that. I'm like, guys, you murdered somebody murdered someone. Baylor. He took over when they murdered.
Honestly,
someone.
that's
Bro,
very
I know.
surprising.
You never heard of
He
him.
does not look
Yeah, also, I
74
know
years
here.
old.
You didn't know Krzyzewski was up for the fucking Laker job.
What? What are you talking about?
I'm actually stunned. I didn't realize
I
Samuel L.
remember
Jackson's
saying that. You
73
were like,
years old.
Do you remember that Krzyzewski was up for a Laker
Good
job?
for him. He doesn't
He's
look
up for any job
73.
in the world.
It was like a thing in the summer. You both were like, was he really?
This
Yeah.
summer,
No, 2004.
so you took your 3 wins. Also, I think. Do you think that he should dunk on Dave right now. Dave posted a picture with him and the Miami mascot where he says you suck to everyone's dick. He just sucks everyone's dick that gives him access.
We just
The same
got
exact
that.
thing.
Rico doesn't want to get in the mud.
I
Wants
think
a little bit of
we
Stop.
should. I think Barstool Bench Mob should put it out.
That's a dude's production. That's fine.
I'll ask him. I think we have to go back at the guy who
Maybe
keeps
like
shitting
spot
on
the
us.
difference. Pictures of us playing
Yeah,
pool.
yeah. Spot the
Playing
difference
pool.
with Oates.
Oh, yeah.
Moss.
Yeah.
friends.
So Miami, obviously very impressive. Iowa State, we've said it all season long, like house money for them. 2-22 last season. New head
He
coach.
should have a job. Did he get extended?
I mean,
Doesn't
should
matter.
have.
You don't have to-
Otzelberger, yeah. I mean, 2 wins. They won two wins in this year's tournament. 2 wins all of last season.
Making the tournament was a win for them.
Right.
So this was house money. You're right. But it's the only thing you can say about them. Great. season for them.
Brockington's a great player. Like, they're a good factor in the Big 12 moving forward. Yeah, so we'll wrap up the show here with some viewer questions. So go in the chat on YouTube, and we'll hear from you. But before we do that, dude wipes. Dudes, we need to have a serious chat about your bathroom habits. It's time to quit shitty, scratchy toilet paper and switch to dude wipes. Dude wipes are extra large, flushable wipes made with plant source fibers designed to give your butt a cleaner, more refreshing finish than TP after dropping a deuce. Dude wipes will change your life. Your butt will thank you, and you'll never look at an empty toilet paper roll the same way again. They also have other great personal care products like Dude Powder and Dude Shower body wipes, perfect for other sticky situations. You can find everything at Amazon or Dude Wipes at Walmart and Target nationwide. Go to dudewipes.com and use code MOB20 for 20% off your entire order. All right, some viewer questions. The first one, Jake, this is from Chaz. If St. Peter's wins it all, is it the best tournament of all time or is it the worst? That's a good question. I would say most historic, but in terms of, I don't
It's
know.
the worst.
What?
You think it's the worst tournament ever?
Yeah,
What
because
happens on the
it's
court
like-
happens on the court. But whatever.
I don't know. It's a good question. A really good question. Take it
Like,
both ways.
how would the viewers be from a TV perspective if St. Peter's was in the championship game?
I think.
I mean,
I
we said
honestly
it was
think
wide
way
open all
better.
year.
I think it'd be way better than if it was like Arkansas versus probably Houston. Like I think St. Peter's would be
Better than that?
So you're
Because,
saying
like,
don't go middle,
an
go,
an
go
underdog,
all
like,
the way.
No, it's no disrespect to Arkansas and Houston. It's like those guys have been around. Like you know those teams. Like St. Peter's, everyone just wants to watch. Like for like the impossible.
Yeah, I mean the best
Right.
outcomes obviously to me would be
Duke, UNC,
Duke.
Kansas, Nova.
well, no, final Duke Nova or
Duke,
UNC
Kansas.
Nova rematch again, or UNC Kansas with those storylines of Roy Williams.
Yeah.
Duke Kansas, Duke Nova, UNC Nova, obviously. Or just bottom it out and give me Miami St. Peter's in the final. And
I
show,
have a-
like we said, no, I'm dead serious. Like, if you list them out, obviously all the Blue Bloods, and then give me St. Peter's, Miami in a final.
I have
Dead
a-
serious, because we said it was a wide open tournament. That's the.
That would be the definition
You
of
don't
a
agree
wide
that, like,
open
if you
tournament.
couldn't get any of the top four, that's your first pick?
Who?
St. Peter's,
Yeah.
Miami. Because I think Houston, Arkansas, to me, like.
That would be a really good
it
game.
No,
would be, Jake,
no,
but it's
I'd
the
rather-
middle. It's middle.
I'd
Yeah.
rather
Like,
St. Peter's.
it's like, all right, well, I got the middle out.
Like, if we're going to lose out on the Blue Bloods, just have
Yes,
it just
let
be
it go
chaos.
No, I don't agree. I'd rather St. Peter's, Kansas, where it's like the truest, like the best against the worst.
Could you imagine if St. Peter's won it all, beating Kentucky, Purdue, Duke, Kansas, or
Yeah, that's what
Villanova?
I'm saying. Like, I want that, like the Blue Bloods against the big. I have a question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put Jake on the spot.
Okay.
Me and Rico received probably thousands of tweets saying we feel bad for Jake. Get him off the podcast. How do you feel about it?
I am washed away
I thought it was
in your Duke right now that all I care about is you being miserable on Duke.
But that's good for the podcast.
It is.
Like you hating me is good for the podcast because I'm insufferable with you.
Yes.
But do you want off the podcast?
I don't want off.
Would you want us off?
I don't want you guys off.
Do you believe me?
I might hit the free agent. Do everybody a favor.
Yeah, where you going?
You know what? who's been really good for the last 2 days of round ball, Frank.
Right?
Frank's been funny.
Just let you know.
He's always funny, but
you can't do that again.
What is it? We
will
tax you. Yeah. No, the Duke thing has been very irritating.
Yeah.
The pushback on the promotion pissed me off. You were wrong.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
I apologize. I was in the midst of it. Did I say anything today?
No, today was good.
Like, you know what? He's right.
Yeah, today was good.
All right, give us one more to end it.
Yeah, we'll do one more. Yeah. This is a good one from Zachary Collins. Jake, thoughts on UMass signing Frank Martin? It's great for them. What a big name in the A10.
Huge for UMass.
Great for the conference.
His gear.
Yeah,
Give him a track and field fucking zip up.
That's all he
Get
can afford.
Get it together.
But the thing is, the fact, like, UMass, that's a huge hire for them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a fuck about UMass. The fact that Frank Martin makes me intrigued.
Yeah.
The fact that this guy thought Grasso was going to go there, they got Frank Martin, is wild.
Grasso was not on their radar.
My guy's getting fucking undercut.
I think his wife went there. I think that's why.
My guy's getting
Frank Martin.
undercut.
Yeah, he went on
Look
Part
at
of My
it, Joe.
Take. Part of My Take curse, by the way, over. Because we had a bunch of Bengals guys on. We had Frank Martin on, a few other guys, and they all lost right after coming on the show. Shaheen Holloway was on, and they won.
Yeah,
Yeah,
great.
that
He's
helps.
great. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, he's getting more and more expensive to Seton Hall by the minute.
He's gonna, but like, it's sick because it's his alma mater.
I mean,
Nah,
you know what you're
I
worth. Know
understand.
your worth.
Nah, dude, going from St. Peter's to Seton
It's
Hall
a
is
big
What do you
deal.
think they're
biggest
gonna
jump.
They're gonna say call his bluff and be like, no, we'll go with somebody else. The place will be outraged.
Yeah, no, but it's just that's a ginormous
I get it,
jump.
but if he was worth $1.2 million a week ago, now he should be asking for 1.7. At least.
Think about
I'm
it
just
though.
saying.
If I know
Money's
it's a
money.
big if Iona doesn't lose to Ryder and Rick Pitino runs the table, like
Yeah.
we don't want to get washed away in the moment.
You don't want to as a Seton
But-
Hall, you don't want to get washed away in the moment for just like, maybe this is just a lucky thing.
Yeah, but
No
on the
idea.
flip side, Seton Hall loses Willard and now has really no other option, obviously. The whole world wants this guy. Let's say it comes out that they were being stingy with the money and you lose the guy,
Yeah.
that's a tough spin zone for them as well.
Yeah.
You sign a coach that nobody's excited about because of money, that's tough spin zone too. So
Yeah, I mean, if they win the whole thing, maybe it's a different conversation, but
Well, go ahead. If they win the whole thing, he's going to be the Knicks coach next year.
yeah. I just do want to say this. John Wooden never took a 15 seed to the leader.
no one in the history of the sport did.
Okay, so Holloway, Wooden. That's my opinion.
All right, we'll end it there. That's our show. Thank you all for tuning in. March after midnight. We'll be back this time, same place tomorrow after Houston, Villanova, Duke, Arkansas. It's going to be fun.
It'll be fucking awful.
Here's the thing now, though, before we wrap. Everyone's now just assuming it's Duke UNC.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And that storyline might help or hurt Duke tomorrow against
It does.
Arkansas.
It
They're just
for
going to
sure
overlook
does.
Arkansas.
It for sure does. I've thought about that. I forgot because last year, obviously, COVID years, it's disgusting. I mean, the tournament didn't count at all, so I didn't have to deal with this. I forgot how exhausting. It's not fun watching your team play for 40 minutes. It's
Well,
not.
you'd rather this than
I'd
losing to Texas Tech.
I'd rather,
So,
yeah, but it's exhausting.
Yeah.
Also, I want to, if Duke's not going to lose, but if they do, I'm getting buried by Quiggs. He has a
different one already? You teased one yesterday.
If yesterday I would have died, but I'm going to die no matter what. But if they need to win for me. Please God.
Anything but winning it all, you're getting roasted?
Yeah, which is fucked up.
Oof. All right, that's our show. So we'll see you tomorrow night. Houston Nova and Duke Arkansas. 2 Final Four tickets will be punched. Thank you guys for tuning in. This was March After Midnight presented by Heinen Hard Seltzer. We will see you tomorrow night. Have a